Good evening. Eyes around the world were on London once again for an occasion few have seen before. Thousands lined the streets to see the King and Queen go past. All the viewing areas along the procession routes were filled. Keeping them safe, 11,500 police officers. Campaign groups have criticised the arrests of Republican protesters, but overall the mood in the city was upbeat despite the rain. Our political correspondent Simon Harris spent the day among the crowds.
Less than 1 hour to go and the crowds were still pouring off the underground.
Hyde Park only now, guys, everywhere else is full!
By now there was no more room in the Mall.
I'm trying to get to the Mall, but I know it's a nightmare, and I had this last year.
Farzana left home in Notting Hill in the early hours to secure a good spot.
We came here at 4 o'clock in the morning and we heard that, this is closed, we're fine with that, but look at this view. And I got my kitchen stool, so it's made me 8 inches taller, so I'm really happy.
At Westminster Abbey, the great and the good were taking their seats. London's Mayor Sadiq Khan was on the guest list, so was the actress Emma Thompson. In the Mall, the waiting crowds were rewarded with their first glimpse of the King and Queen as they began their horse-drawn journey to the Abbey. Andy from Chingford in East London didn't have the best view, but was still glad he came.
It was okay, it was better, but I made the best of it, so I actually saw the carriages went past, and the actual procession was shorter than I thought it was going to be.
The weather wasn't kind to the spectators or to the soldiers and police standing on guard for hours. This is the biggest police operation in the Met's history. More than 11,000 officers are on duty. Many of them are lining the route with their backs to the procession, watching the spectators.
Holding a banner, which I didn't even unfurl. I've been arrested.
The last time London saw a coronation, climate change protests were unheard of. The Just Stop Oil activists who tried to disrupt today's procession were swiftly dealt with. For 2 hours, all eyes were on Westminster Abbey.
As children of the Kingdom of God,
the King was greeted by Samuel Strachan, a 14-year-old chorister from City of London School. Much of the coronation service was traditional, but gospel singers, including some from London's Kingdom Choir, were a modern addition. The climax of the ceremony was the moment King Charles III was crowned. This was unseen by the crowds outside, but they could at least listen to the service being played out on loudspeakers. Sisters Sandra and Julie from Croydon pitched their tent in the Mall yesterday afternoon.
It's fine because the funeral was like this as well, so it's okay and we can go home and watch it all.
Last night was fine. We probably got to sleep about midnight and then woke up at 5 to put all our tents away, ready for 6 o'clock.
And then, perhaps the greatest spectacle of all, the coronation procession. Military personnel from the Army, Navy and Air Force, Commonwealth troops and members of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police escorted the newly crowned King and Queen as they made their way back to Buckingham Palace in the Gold State coach.
We saw everyone. We saw the King, the new King. We saw Kate and William and the children, and we saw Edward, and they gave us a wave.
How good a view did you get?
Not brilliant by any means, but worthwhile, still worthwhile.
Transport for London said more than 250,000 people passed through its ticket barriers at tube stations close to the procession route. For many fans, the highlight of the day was the traditional balcony appearance by the royal family. Although the bad weather meant some of the aircraft due to take part in a flypast were grounded. Simon Harris, ITV News, Buckingham Palace.
For some royal superfans, today was particularly special. June Ollie has been coming to central London for every royal event, and today she stood in exactly the same place she stood for the Queen's coronation. Jay Akbar was with her.
If the royals are a constant in our lives, then June Ollie's been the constant in theirs. She was there when the Queen was crowned 70 years ago.
I just said a prayer for her.
And when she passed. So she was never going to miss the torch being passed.
I'm very excited, everybody here is.
First to secure a spot. Got one just in time for the man of the hour.
You could see him really smiling. He was looking happy. I do hope he's not too nervous.
It'll be a while before he's back, but courtesy of her son, June didn't miss the crowning. Then for a moment, 70 years in the making. King with crown.
Every minute of it was worth it. I'm sure he thinks so now. But how exciting, how wonderfully exciting. Beginning of a new era.
And who better to see it in? Jay Akbar, ITV News.
Well, you've seen plenty of rain and drizzle there, but we still have got a long weekend, so let's have a look at the forecast now. Here's James Wright.
Feels like home, whatever the weather. Valent Boilers and Heat Pumps sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
There, good evening. After a bit of a soggy day today for the coronation, things are set to improve through tomorrow. But overnight tonight, things will slowly improve. The rain will clear. What we're left with is quite a lot of humidity and very mild temperatures, lows of 12 or 13 in town. And it's going to make it a little bit misty and murky. As we head into Sunday, bit of a grey start to the day, but the sun gets going on that cloud, helps to break it up. That could trigger off 1 or 2 showers, but on the whole, it's an improving picture. Highs of 21 or 22 Celsius. If we get to 22, it's the warmest day of the year. That's highs of 70 or 72 in Fahrenheit.
Valent sponsors ITV London Weekend Weather.
And that is it for now. We're back tomorrow just before 7 o'clock. But for now, from all of us here on the London team, thank you for watching and have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.